We're going to start the meeting. And I will do my favorite part, which is my favorite part. Okay, so today is October 28th. Um, 2024. We're going to start the meeting at 7:04 in the lovely town of Capitol Heights. TA Ren, can you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor Linda Monroe.
Here.
Councilmember Amanda Anderson, excused herself earlier. She has other obligations that she could not come here today. Councilmember Anita Anderson is not feeling well, so she's also informed me earlier today. Mayor Pro Tem Chu. Councilmember Ford also isn't able to attend today. She also sent us an email regarding her absence. Councilmember Victor James. And then Councilmember Ron Williams, Town Administrator, Chief of Police.
Here.
Neighbor Services absent, Town Attorney absent, Town Clerk absent. Okay, all set.
Okay. We working with Teams is okay?
Yes,
We have our.
Did you hear record?
yeah, it's recording.
How did you hit record? Show me. Let me sure.
Yes, it's over here. Yeah, but we're good.
Is it wrong?
Yes,
Yeah, two speakers and one would be.
so T,
Firstly,
Menu,
say hit more,
more.
and then it's gonna say record, and then it's gonna.
so one is,
Is this
Bill
still
Worsley
One is,
and the other one is Ford. Can Kevin Ford?
no, at the moment, it's just former Councilman Akers. And you can tell us recording because of the.
1 minute, silence prayer, please. Thank you. Pledge of allegiance.
United States of America.
Okay, can I have an approval of the agenda? Yes, please. I'm gonna ask, you want to create session? With the removal of the closed session. I'm hopeful that the speakers will be here, because I was gonna remove them, but I'm hopeful that they'll be here. Okay. Any names on the agenda? All approved? Okay, thank you. All approvals, Ms. Rand.
Got it.
Okay, can you please go over the meeting rules?
Yes. You want to talk? The mayor and council invite and welcome comments at public meetings. The mayor or chair will recognize you. Please introduce yourself at the podium, spelling your last name for recording purposes and give the name of your street and block number. Example, 4300 block of 34th Street. Time limits for speaking are indicated on the meeting agenda. While speaking, please maintain a courteous tone and avoid personal attacks. If you wish to lodge a complaint about the performance or conduct of any town employee, please bring your concern to the attention of the town administrator, who will look into the matter and respond to you. As a courtesy to the other residents and businesses, the council requests that speakers
Councilwoman,
or names of the
Councilman
individuals
Williams
when
and
describing a
James, that's
situation or
form?
making a complaint unless the
Okay.
name or address is essential
Okay,
to an
but Ford is
understanding
not
of the
there.
situation or complaint. Noting the block is preferred over
Okay,
specific
Ford,
address,
Amanda, and Anita's
code
not there.
enforcement, public safety issues should be first and be
Yeah,
brought to
okay,
the
bye-bye.
attention of the appropriate department.
Thank you. Ms. Rand, do we have any public comments?
Do you have any public comments?
Anyone here? Did you come to speak or just in here? Love it when that visitor. It's a rarity sometimes.
About to talk. About to talk.
Oh, that was, they turned their mic off. Um, okay. Yeah, there's a Mr. Ford on the, yeah, no, not yet.
Okay, can we, go ahead, there's no public comments, can start with Mr. Ford. Let me practice mine. Is that Mr. Ford?
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Let me preface by saying this first. Mr. Ford has come to the town, or he spoke to me about an opportunity during the holidays to do a toy drive. And he asked the town if we could partner with him. He already has a sponsor in mind, so it's not him personally, it's just the sponsor. And he was able to get the funding. There's no cost to the town. We would just have to support the effort and have some space that they could use. So Mayor Pro Tem Chu and I are interested in this effort. And therefore I asked him, according to protocol, to come and speak about it. So that would be the initial start of how we want to proceed with this, because it's awesome if they can help us do something for the youth and the residents of this town. So I will yield to Mr. Ford.
Thank
You
you.
ready?
I am. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Ford. I am a native Prince Georgian, Morehouse graduate, and certainly glad to be here with you all today. So I had the pleasure of serving as a delegate to the Democratic National Convention this year, and I met a young woman named is Ariel Rainey, who is the founder of Hustle Mommies, which is an organization that assists single mothers in their journey in motherhood. And what she had presented to me was an opportunity for a toy drive within Prince George's County. She wanted to do it right along that Southern Avenue line. And I said, what greater place to do this than in Capitol Heights? So I reached out to Madam Mayor and I asked her if you all would have potential to be able to provide us a space to do this event. And so I asked her that, but she asked me to come and give you a couple of details about that. So let me do that. So our goal for this event is to give out 5,000 toys to children and families in the Capitol Heights community. And we're thrilled to partner with local organizations and community leaders to make this a memorable experience for everyone involved. The date that we are proposing is December 14th, which is a Saturday. And we have quite a few partners involved. I personally am the boss list or the president of the Theta Xi Nu chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I know that we will be involved. We'll also have Jack and Jill chapter of Prince George's County, as well as the Prince George's County Links chapter as well, and maybe some other D9 organizations. I'm also working with a gentleman that I know who has deep radio ties and trying to get a radio partnership for the event as well. We have an $8,000 budget for the event for decor, food, entertainment, and of course, toys as well. And the goal, not only to distribute 5,000 toys, but to engage key community partnerships and leaders, and to create an atmosphere of joy and celebration during the holiday season by building a long-term community relationship and continuing to support Capitol Heights families. So really just looking forward to the opportunity to partner with you all and bring this event to the town. Be happy to answer any questions if you all have any. Or any suggestions, comments, and certainly happy to speak with anyone offline regarding the event as well. And just for anyone in the audience, I'd be happy to give you my phone number. My number is 240-641-2500. And again, my name is Kevin Ford. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Did that under 10 minutes. First
Sure.
time, you did good.
I try to be
Okay.
short and sweet.
Okay, will you entertain questions? Mr. Ford, will you entertain questions?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, well, I'll do the main council first. Oh, did you? Oh, that's good. Oh, gotcha. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, Mr. Ford, this is Mayor Pro Tem Chu. And I wanted to find out, is there a specific age group for this toy drive?
No, I don't think so. I think we're just looking at primary school age kids from pre-K, even infants possibly, all the way to the 12th grade. So certainly don't want to leave any kids out.
Okay, thank you. I use.
You're welcome.
Um,
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ford. I really appreciate this effort, guys, and your time to spearhead here. How do you envision this? How does this look? Like the day of?
Yeah, so I mean, essentially, I know the volunteers will come in early, set up the actual venue with the decorations, display of toys, and um, really just making sure that we get folks out. I think that's been the primary thing with a lot of these toy drives that I've been a part of over the past couple years is kind of hard to get the community out, and that's why I'm calling on you all to really assist us in getting out your community to come take a part in this opportunity. But in terms of logistics, I think that that's something that we really need to work through when we get there to see, what the venue looks like, what the layout is, and to see how we can make sure that it's as efficient as possible while also making sure that we're serving the maximum amount of families possible.
Yes. Thank you. I would like to work with you as well alongside the mayor and Pro Tem Chu. Could you give me your number again?
Absolutely. It's 240-641-2500.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Looking
Yes,
forward
sir.
to working with you.
Appreciate you.
That's it.
Okay. Chief?
Mr. Ford is Chief Morgan, Capital Heights Police Department. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing, Chief?
I just had a conversation quickly with the deputy chief. We do a bicycle giveaway every year during the holiday. I think it'd be a great idea for a significant event. Deputy Chief Howard will be giving you a contact call to see how you're doing it logistically speaking. I personally have worked with Toys for Tots for about 3 years prior to coming here. Teaching Association, and there's a lot of logistics involved in that process and preparation. And you got a lot of work ahead of you, but you're honored and willing to work with you where we can and provide with the support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'd be happy to, get some insight on any lessons learned from the past. And, certainly always want to make sure that the process is as efficient as possible.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is great. So, although this is not considered legislation, do you want to take a vote on that? I think because it's the protocol requires it. Okay, so make this official. Were there more questions? Well, we don't normally open the door, open the floor. That's why we got public comments. During the meeting, we don't entertain public comments.
Okay,
But if you have some,
so don't worry about it. I'll talk to one of them later.
I can try to be a little.
No, my only question was.
Was my own.
My question, because we're talking about the youth event and we're trying to get as many residents out, like there's not really a lot of residents here. So what's the protocol or what strategies are you taking to make sure that the residents and the youth are going to be informed of this? Like maybe we need to go to the elementary schools. I mean, it's on the streets, drop off some flyers there, see if they can put it in the book bags to go home. Because if you don't come here, I'm not sure that everyone's gonna be informed on what's happening within the community if we're not putting extra energy into making sure that everyone's being informed about what's going on within the town.
Let me piggyback off that and tell you, there's not too much more we can do, so I'm gonna get back to you. We put it on the website. Most municipalities, that's all they do. They put it on their website. That's it. We go, we do manual stuff door to door. And
Okay,
we
you leave
do,
that on my door, but it blows down with the release.
we do, email blasts. So may I ask you, because your ideas sound good, could you kind of give us some help in that area? Because you may have something we're not thinking about. Is that okay? Miss Ren, can you get her number?
Yes, I already have her number.
Would help, really.
I mean, that's
We
fine.
don't mind.
I mean, I'm at home all day anyway,
Okay.
so I don't have a problem doing that. I'm
Awesome.
just making sure that
Mhm.
we're, as we're
Yeah.
trying to put it out there, that after the town event, that we just extend it, make sure that we're doing our extra due diligence. Because yes, we may leave that thing on the team, but like I said, it's a strong wind, it goes with the leaves.
Um,
And if I may add,
Please, please. I'm chairing the meeting respectfully. I have to identify everybody. That's why we don't overtalk. Okay, 1 second, sir. What I was gonna say is, Miss Ren, again, you can remain in number, and I'm not just saying this for show. If we can get help from the residents, that's my pitch all the time. You cannot make changes if you do not come out and solicit. It's easy to complain, but what is the solution? And you gave us a solution, and I respect that. So if you could help, seriously, with this, we'll put you on the team. Is that okay? Thank you, ma'am. Who do you have?
Oh, I was gonna somewhat respond if that's okay. I said I was gonna somewhat respond if that's okay.
Something.
Yeah. Last couple of events, we've been trying to stay in contact. I forgot her name, but we've been trying to stay in contact with Capitol Heights Elementary and Doswell. And we also have the contact information for Walker Mill, who I think we should definitely start involving more. I will start involving more into our sharing of this information, because definitely for kids events, I feel like talking to their secretaries who are going to put this stuff on their flyers, get these out, is important. So I can definitely make sure that we're doing this to make sure that more residents are more aware of what's going on.
Again, that's good. But for some reason, sometimes that doesn't work. Just you by yourself, because we do not get any strong attendance at anything, except for Capitol Heights Day, which is a party day. But when it comes to legislation, what's going in your town, recruiting, trying to get the funding, the voice is powerful. And I know this is not on the agenda, but I'm saying this openly, that you're here. One of the problems we have is this town looks horrible. It does. We cannot get the money because we do not lobby, go up to Annapolis like all these other places and pitch, because there's power in numbers. If the residents would get together, you would see a big change in the money that would come in this town. But you're like voiceless. And I generalize, some don't vote in local elections, and you definitely don't come to these meetings. We have speakers coming here, we have legislators. We had 2 of them coming giving so-called state-of-the-art addresses. We had like 7 people. We have 3,000 registered voters, 5,000 residents. We had like 7 people for these officials. It was so embarrassing. We don't come. We advertised that for a month. So, Mr. Ford?
yes, ma'am. So what I was going to say is that we are certainly going to assist in marketing this event. I'm going to try to get all of the, I guess, soon to be candidates for county executive to come by. I'm sure they have their email list and they'll be able to blast it out as well, and even specifically to the Capitol Heights residents, because they have access to NGP van, so they can target the voting, well, at least the registered voters in that area. But then we'll also work with social media personalities like the DMV Daily, who has over 200,000 followers, a major concentration within the inside of the Beltway of Prince George's County. So I think that we'll be able to assist in that effort to bringing out folks for this event.
Sounds good. Council? We have done it before, since we do have residents here. We don't normally have this many. I suggest that we open the floor to them to just put comments in. Is that okay with everybody? Residents, is that okay? Okay, we'll just let you have comments. Any more on this subject? On this, yes, sir.
Okay. You're up there for the record.
Yes, sir. What's the street?
We own the McDonald's, and that's on Addison.
Oh, okay, you're on Walker Mill?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, who's the family then?
right here. So, and
Okay.
my son Hero and my daughter Serena, we own that. We own another McDonald's, but, we recently bought that McDonald's, so I want to give these, all directly to our team, we had a meeting with them probably a couple weeks back, so we, give these, the others.
That is great, that's great.
Sharing affair, Kevin, I just want to mention that with anything that we can do, but actually, look at me, but, how you doing? But anything we can do to advertise it in our restaurant, we would do that.
That would be
This is
great. I appreciate you.
This is great, this is great, this is
My
great.
McDonald's family.
I thought,
And we also have, I see our director of operations, he's on the phone, he couldn't make it today, but.
okay,
He was attending, he was planning on attending, but actually he was on the Zoom call.
this is awesome, entrepreneurship, I'm really in the community. We also, this entire administration. And that would be not just the mayor and council, that's our police department, that's our town administrating staff. We all support things like this, so I'm so glad you came. And what is your name, ma'am? I didn't get your name.
Alicia,
Miss Tamisha Harris. I want to make a note of that.
Amaker.
Amica.
Yeah.
Oh, you are on Ivy Place.
Keyword.
Mhm. Mr. Rogers Amica, is that your, okay, awesome, okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, forgive me, I didn't,
No, it's fine. I'm just joking.
you know, I'm gonna sit down now, because you said you would help us.
That's fine. You know out of that. Ready to go there, I'll be there.
I will find you. Thank you so much. Oh,
I was gonna say we have Councilwoman Akers, with her
Okay.
hand up.
oh, excuse me, Deputy Chief was first, then Councilwoman Akers, Deputy Chief.
Madam Mayor, Council. Also, just to add to the discussion regarding the McDonald's payments in the room, they are also interested in partnering with the police department in the town on a coffee with a cop. Right now, we are looking at a date tentatively November 21st. That is Mr. Fair.
Yes.
I sent the flyer over to the chief who was looking at it to see if we need to kind of revise it and do whatever. And my desire was that it be more than coffee with a cop, that it be coffee with a cop and meet the council in there.
Like a lifetime movie.
That's right, for Mayor Pro Tem.
McDonald's graciously advised that they would provide the coffee.
Any snacks or just the top?
And we'll be more than glad to provide to you.
Sounds, oh, this is starting out really good. Now first, under 30 minutes, okay. Thank you, sir. Jay,
Councilwoman Akers. Councilwoman Akers.
is you here? Yes.
Take her off mute, maybe.
She has to unmute herself.
Councilwoman Akers? Okay. All right, well, we'll come back to her then. Okay. She says she always has problems with that mute button from this end. She says it's from this end, because she's the only one that has that problem.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure how to fix that for her.
Okay,
Yeah, and I'll put it on my screen.
so it's not from our end, because she's the only one that has that problem. No, Mr. Ford, it's not from our end?
I'm not entirely sure. Like I told her if I could see her computer or something, but
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure because it's like the only time. But if she could leave and come back, it typically works when she does that. So
okay, well, let's keep it moving. Can you put a motion for this, tour? I get a second? Right. Any name? You wanna take, Sherry, Ray, can you take the call on this one? To town will participate in this toy drive with, Mr. Ford
Sure.
and the other entities.
Okay. Councilmember Amanda Antonet, Councilmember Anita Answer is not here. Mayor Pro Tem Chu. Councilmember James.
Yeah.
And then Councilmember Williams. So, oh, yay, no, nay, pass.
Normally, I'm sure all of you know how legislation works. Normally, it is 6 of us. And the way it works is majority. So normally if it's 3-3, I don't normally vote, but I break the tie. But since we don't have, all 6, we have 4. And we constitute a quorum, which means we can still hold the meeting. And the majority vote is majority of who is here. So we only have 3, so they are the majority and they all voted. So, okay. Thank you for that. Let's move on to. Any more comments? Okay, let's go to Miss Gale is on. Oh, thank you, Mr. Ford. I want to thank you for coming. So,
Thank you so much.
so shall I reach out to you tomorrow? Because everybody's got your number. You'll get a lot of calls now.
I would appreciate it. Look forward to talking to everyone.
Okay, and then what I would suggest is that you come to the town and all of us who are involved with this, Ms. Kamisha too. Miss Ring, for our stuff, any things with him, can we put her on the email list when we start working this?
Of course.
Thank you. We'll all just meet here, periodically. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
I yield the floor to Miss Gail Worsley. She is, for the residents here, she is our architect who is doing the designs for the renovation of Town Hall. Just to give you a quick update on that. We have bond bill money. We have almost $500,000 in bond bill money that has been awarded to the town to renovate this facility. And we are also going to use a portion of the COVID money. All of these contracts for all of these renovation or all of these economic development projects. And that would be from the lighting in the town, with the lighting, all the upgrades in the town. All these contracts, including the safety complex for the police, all these contracts have to be in place by the end of December. By the end of December. And for those who say, oh, no, nothing's gonna happen. We've already completed the community room, if you haven't seen that. We've already upgraded the community room. This whole building, the whole facade, you won't see this red brick. There will be an exterior put on it, and the interior will have another wing added to it. So we are moving so that you can be proud of some of the things in this town. So, Ms. Gail, can you tell us where we are with the contracts? As you know, we need 3 contracts to bid on this to proceed. Ms. Gail, you got the floor.
Hi, good evening. I hope all of you are well. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I met with 2 contractors last week. We walked the property. We went over the scope of work for the proposed addition, which is approximately, for those of you that weren't at the last meeting I attended, it's about 30 by 30. It'll make the council chambers much more comfortable. We'll have about ability to get about 45 folks into the council chambers. We'll have ADA accessible restrooms. We're going to be updating the administrative area. So the multi-purpose room area, which is on the slightly lower level, will remain the same, but this will take over what I'll call the first floor. All of them are very experienced contractors. I've worked with them before. I am working on getting a third contractor to come out this week and get the bids in about 10 days from the guys. In the meantime, we're working on the drawings and developing them further. I'm working with each contractor. I've prepared a list of items for them to include in the bid, things that we've discussed as we continue to work the drawings together. So I just wanted to give you a quick update, make sure you know that we're working, we're going to meet this deadline. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them as the mayor permits.
You gonna start? Oh, I thought she was gonna show us something. Oh, remember you said you were gonna show us something?
I still have
Oh,
the,
okay.
are you talking to me?
Yeah, remember you said you were gonna send something out to me, regarding the contract, but then you would present at the, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's for them to be introduced to you. I was sending that to you directly. I didn't know if you wanted me to present that to them. Yeah,
Okay, well, so you'll send all three at once then?
yes, absolutely.
Okay, gotcha. No
Yep.
problem, no problem. Okay, I'm just gonna show, they don't know when I say they. This is a draft. If any of you wanna see what it's gonna look like, her design, you can pass it around and give it back. And then, so you can see the before and after, what it's gonna look like. Are there any questions from anybody about this, yes, ma'am?
I just want to confirm to make sure that, I'm on the same page. But the contractors that she's speaking of is actually the contractors that will accept your RFP, is that correct?
They're gonna bid on it.
They're gonna be on the RFP, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure. I hear you. Oh,
Um,
Yes, thank you, Ms. Worthing, for your due diligence. The contractors that are submitting their proposal, which option? Are we gonna get two different proposals for two different options from all three contractors?
No, we did the option with 1 story. It'll have 2 ADA bathrooms. We've included a meeting room. So that's the option they are pricing. So it's like 30 by 30, and there's a little bump out for the bathroom and like a small meeting room. That we discussed with the mayor, a little conference area kind of behind where you are at the moment. So that you guys could have a breakout room, and if you needed to have staff meetings there.
Because I'm noticing the floor plans that you've submitted to us. Option one has 87 seats.
Yeah, we
And
have
then
modified
option
that.
7 has 75.
Yes, you're probably looking at an older plan. I think the mayor and I had discussed making the room a little smaller and giving some more space to the administrative offices. So we kind of reallocated spaces a little bit, and I'd be happy to email that to you.
Okay. But the proposal are for options 2.
Correct.
Okay. And that would be the worst case scenario, so.
Correct. 87 seemed like it was a
Yep.
lot for you guys,
Yep.
more than space
Yep,
you needed.
it is.
and our staff need offices. They don't, like our HR, our, accountant, they're all on top of each other. They should have individual space.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. That's all I need.
Excuse me before we say. Anybody else? Any comments on? Yes, ma'am.
No, I don't really have a comment for Mr. Gale, but I was looking on top of that memo, and it says they're starting this month, is that this month, October, this month, November, they're gonna work with telecommunications?
I should really use that.
Oh, no, oh, something later?
Sorry.
Sorry. I just got the draft, so you're ahead of me. Okay, thank you. You can always get this. I don't know, truly, I don't know the answer. Okay, thank you. Ms. Gale, is there anything else? Any more questions?
Nope, I'll be happy to present again as we develop the plans further, keep you guys abreast of what's going on.
Well, when timeline wise, we're going to November, when can we get the 3? If not, can we get the 2? Because we have to keep moving, you know
I
that.
gave the guys the 10-day deadline, so it'll be, well, that was about 3 or 4 days ago. So they're in process. They're working up on their numbers now, doing their takeoffs, etc. Yep. So we're hoping to get the 2 at least in the next 10 days, and then probably maybe another 4 days or 5 days for the 3rd.
Okay, so the way you're doing it, but because of what you do as an architect and your outreach, you're just going to, you're saving time by actually putting out the RFP, which is request for a proposal. You're saving time you're just gonna get the 3 contractors to bid and give it to us to review the council too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay,
it'll be
that'll work.
allowances
There's no council
for-
office in the.
That'll work. So it's the
I
same
think so,
thing.
no,
That will work.
no council office. No.
Okay, anybody else? All right, thank you so much, Ms. Vale.
You're
Ms.
welcome. Have a
Worsted.
great
Thank
evening.
you. Okay. Thank you. All right, so, having said that, did you have any questions, Chief? That was,
No, ma'am.
okay. So where we are now is, I skipped something here, acknowledgement of minutes. We acknowledge that constantly. Do we have minutes to approve, Ms. Red?
Yes, you do. May I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
The last 3, that we presented to you at the last meeting, one was for September 9th, one was for September 23rd, one was for October the 7th. That was emailed to you about a week ago and it was printed out for you guys to review. And then you said you guys would respond to me on this meeting.
Okay, anybody? Want a motion to approve?
Right. It's not going to. I read the minutes, but I think the other council members didn't have the opportunity to read them, and that's why we were gonna see them at this meeting.
That's right, that's right. So postponement is bad with us posting our meeting, so what is the council going to do? What is the will of the council?
You know, I guess you have to go to. Obviously.
Okay,
You know, everything has changes.
okay. Yeah, right,
So,
again.
so the motion is postponed for, okay.
All right, so where we'll go to now is, the TA reports, is that up, Ms. Red?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. One is basically, just want to make the town be aware that on November 13th, we will start, there's road closure and we're going to start, of the speed hump installation. It's going to be on Mentor, Nova, Capitol Heights Boulevard, Tunic Avenue. It's an initiative done by Councilman James, and we have, issued a notice, which we have stuffed and placed in all of the, 4 streets, the homes in the 4 streets. We will continue basically posting no parking signs throughout those 4 streets. The process will only take 1 day, 24 hours. So it will literally be from November 13, 2024 at 7 a.m. And it will be completed by November 14, 2024 at 7 a.m. Additional details, you can ask Councilman James. He'll be more than happy to provide. If any questions according to the closing, please contact me at, the city hall. I'm sorry, the town hall. Do you have anything to add, Mr. James?
No.
Okay, so that's one part of it. But the flyers and notices will be placed throughout, these 4 streets for the next 2 weeks. So the residents will have plenty of time to be prepared for that day of basically road closure. And I'll be sure to contact, chief and deputy chief regarding to a road closure, just so that they're fully aware in case they get calls and contacted by, the residents, and so they'll be fully aware. Okay?
Okay.
So, and also, because the, PSA folks are not here to present, they have, as you can see, I pass out to each one of you, one of the, reports they have submitted. So, I'm gonna go through and read it. That's with your, okay? So the trash can enforcement status, a list has been created to know all residents, seniors who are not able to physically move their trash bins to the back of their home, so we can address it accordingly. Inspectors have gone to the homes listed to speak with each resident to discuss what the town can do to help them with their compliance. Inspectors have also patrolled on trash days to know which properties have not labeled their trash bins with their corresponding addresses. A list of the address has been given to our office manager, so she may create address labels for those properties. Once inspectors can't identify which trash cans go with which home, the residents who do not comply with the trash can ordinance will first receive a warning, followed by a fine should they continue to be non-compliant. We have done an abatement and an emergency abatement for one of our homes on Tunic Avenue. We boarded up to ensure that the outside in-shout stop squatters from entering. And those trespassing signs have been added to the property and overgrown vegetation has been removed. Property has been added to the gov.qa with all correspondences and photos. Inspectors went to Department of Assessment and Taxation at the Prince George's Circuit Court to gain knowledge. And a lien on the property was placed effective Friday, October 18th, 2024. And in addition, we have another abatement coming up very shortly on Nova Avenue. In addition, rental and business inspection has been completed rental and business inspection has completed for 5640 Melbourne, 702 CHB, 709 Opus, 5415 Brenner, 1218 Adeline, 5704 Falkland, 5755 Southern, 920 Newton, 1150 Rollins, 6506 Walker Mill, 700 Rochelle. Daily inspections are carried out for 5410 Brenner, 915 Newton, 945 Newton for illegal dumping, bulk trash, 614 Larchmont, illegal dumping, 5413 Igloboro, bulk trash, 622 Nova, 6100 30-day permit reminder, 54 2 30-day permit reminder, 1014 Fairford Way, 15 Choir spoke with the resident, reached out to WC. On Mentor, we did call WSSC for busted pipe leaking into the roads. Additional roads such as 5024 Doppler, we looked at an inoperable vehicle, notified the officers, 905 Brook, unregistered vehicle, notified officers, 5120 Doppler, trash can, ordinance issue, 5749 Falkland, 5014 Hamburg, bulk trash, 5008 Abdul, commercial vehicle illegally parked, 5717 Falkland, illegal dumping, 5009 Brenner, high grass weed, which requires to be cutting, 729 Mentor, open storage, 5205 Doppler fence, 605 Opus, commercial vehicles, 412 Able, illegal dumping, and 413 Able, illegal dumping. So in terms of PSA, this is what they've done for the last 2 weeks. They will ensure compliance. They will ensure that the city are based in terms of illegal trash dumping, as far as basically what is it called? Permits, anything that's required to be enforced, they will ensure to enforce. They work with the police department regarding to illegal parking violations and so forth and so on. So that's regarding to the PSA. And you guys have copies of report for your reference. In addition, I won't talk about finance because I think the mayor is going to go on to the scheduling of the mid-year finance dates. But I will talk about the HR section of our town, which I'm going to give you copies of. Sorry. So these are things that's going to accomplish or achieved by our HR department. So this reflects the tasks and various initiatives completed or ongoing, although not been an exclusive list. Sure, yeah,
Please interrupt me, but before you go on,
sure,
Councilman Williams has a question.
sure, of course, go ahead.
Quick question to you. In reference to addressing the trash. The question is, I thought the onus was on Jada in the town to put the address of his trash cans and not the resident. When I moved in this town, if Jada in town put the addresses on our trash cans, when did they reverse that process?
They never, may I speak? They have never done that. Oh, sorry.
No, my address is on my trash can,
Okay.
both of them, but yeah, put it.
For the ones that's not been placed from Jada, because some of the trash room has been replaced and some just been basically maybe scrubbed off and so forth. We want to ensure those addresses are being placed on there. So the town's taking initiative to basically put forth the address for those that just basically have not done it or refuse to do it. So it's our town's initiative to be more proactive in basically working with our residents in Jada to ensure the trash cans are properly labeled, properly designated to the home it belongs to. So they may have done it in the past, but they have not done it in a while.
Okay. Wait, oh,
I mean, base, I'm sorry. I said correctly, base.
yeah, so with this new contract with Jada, I don't think that was included in that contract. When we did the contract with Jada, I think, what they did was they put serial numbers and identified each one by the serial number supposedly in the trash can. So, the contract that we have with Jada now, it doesn't require them to put addresses on the trash can. Oh, yeah.
Just look up. So, so the towns have listed all the serial numbers there.
Yeah.
So this is process, you need to provide a serial number. I didn't.
May I?
Yeah.
I just want to shift gears for a second. Just going back to your dairy.
Other things to be addressed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Joy, then do the trash. can.
Yeah, I just want to, for Bates, may have done the serial numbers, but Jada does not. It's two different trash companies. So what their serial is for Bates will not be the same for Jada, and Jada doesn't have that information.
Yeah, that's what we could tell you.
Well, for us, it's basically, for us, we need to know which house it belongs to and so forth. It's more efficient just to know exactly where it goes and who it belongs to versus trying to figure out the serial numbers. Even between the residents, sometimes they take each other's trash cans, not knowing what the serial numbers are. But if we have the actual address physically noted on there, there's no mistake in it. Yeah, I yield, thank you.
Yes. I just wanted to shift gears for a second. On your report, you have daily inspection.
Yes,
And, down at the bottom, you have 15 Fire Street.
yes,
Is that addressing that big hole
yes,
in the road?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
You just said contact.
Yeah.
This week.
yeah, yes.
Okay. Now, do we, also address the two big potholes on, I think it's Salton?
That was called in by Mr. Gibson to WSSC. And then we're gonna waiting for, I will actually get with him tomorrow and find out what was the status from WSSC, whether or not they're gonna repair, or that's something the town needs to do.
Okay. And then, I'm sorry, then I wanna go over to the speed bumps. The road closures, do you need a permit to close the roads or only permits for special events when we closing roads? Yes, please do.
Are you yielding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking, because I know we want to talk. Let's see,
Because it's a municipality, there are rules, you can't require that we get a permit. You know, if it's the town roads, it will be up and down.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you?
Thank you. For the speed bumps, I know that, this is kind of like a pilot program to see if we can slow down traffic. So, one of the questions that I asked at our last meeting was, how do we measure these speed bumps? How do we measure that the speed bumps are actually working? And so I know, Chief, you mentioned having some type of apparatus or something that will detect the speed on these streets that we put the speed bumps to make sure that if they're working, then we can look at other streets in the, community to actually add speed bumps there. So how are we going to measure that these speed bumps, as we put them in place, are actually working?
We do have speed camera data capturing devices, we have 4 of them in fact, I think 3 actually will be. So once the speed bumps go out, I think what it works and can install in there, actually mobile units, battery powered, can be swapped out the battery, and it'll be correct data, so, but we don't have any data beforehand, so it might be kind of fit for the year kind of analysis. But we can still look at the data that we get and determine whether or not the effect. I would assume that we're gonna slow down traffic because the speed bumps are humps. The humps are a bit more impactful when it comes to driving over them. And I would assume that they will slow down traffic significantly.
Thank you. That was it. Councilmember Jones.
Are they all against the purpose? All right, Ms. Brand, please continue.
With regard to the HR, we have basically shot for the market for health insurance renewal options. We essentially created, okay, I'm just gonna go down the list. It's probably easiest this way. Shop the marketplace for health insurance renewal options, prescription dental. Ask for comprehensive plan options that were cost effective to the town without compromising quality of care. Rollout of renewal was in July and was successfully done. Creating an evaluation performance template that replaced the old format. In doing so, it was customized to meet the various performance categories specific to the town administrator, chief of police, and staff roles. Assess current job descriptions to ensure alignment with the FLSA, Fair Labor Standards Act, regarding exempt versus non-exempt classifications based on labor criteria. Classifications are correct. Completed several staff performance evaluations. Others are scheduled before year end. Additionally, asked staff to provide 4 performance goals, objectives in concert with feedback from TA. Partner with Concepts Unlimited and introduce new Safe Harbor Wellness Program to staff employees, include mental wellness, critical care, accidental, implementation completed, go live on November the 1st. Conducted several all hands administrative and police department staff meetings, goes to reinforce policy adherence regarding punctuality, attendance, payroll, benefits, and overall accountability. To ensure safety within the town for staff, we have contacted the Mid-Atlantic OSHA Training Institute in Baltimore to determine prerequisite requirement for admission into the program for public works and PSA employees. This program allows staff to be compliant regarding OSHA safety standards. Assess a need for salary replacement coverage for staff in the event of debilitating illnesses, non-work injury. Shop the marketplace and identify a comprehensive short-term disability and long-term disability plan for all employees. Mutual Omaha selected as the vendor of record as of September 1st. Conducted internal EEOC investigating regarding hostile work environment from a staff employee. Currently identify various training for staff and mayor and council. Sexual harassment date to be determined soon. Working with chief to roll out an emergency preparedness plan for all town employees. Additionally, through Legit Legal Client Portal, identify management and compliance training that will be rolled out to all town staff. Have had several disciplinary discussions with town staff regarding performance gaps and expectations. It's continued based on need. Recently reviewed the town's 451 and 401k plan documents to encourage eligible staff to participate in reading the plan's specs. Discovery was working with an account executive to find solution to get it corrected to minimize impact to employees. That's it. And the work continues on. And the HR section is more focused and geared to the town staff.
Future, any personnel actions like the investigation we will be doing?
Sure.
Very good, though, Ms. Lynn, very good. As usual, you done with that? You open for questions now?
Yes.
Keep going.
I'm open for questions.
Councilmember Chu, just one quick question. I know our previous HR person was trying to build some type of new software for the town.
Yes.
As it relates to admins and I guess HR. I'm just wondering, are we still looking because our budget year ends in May? So I don't know if we're gonna purchase something big, small, or
So far, I don't believe, oh, sorry. May I? So far, we have no plans of doing that. We're gonna work with our existing plan that we have or system that we do have. It does allow for a broader spectrum of basically capability that we haven't actually tapped into. So instead of getting a new system, we like to work with existing, which is cost effective and more efficient.
thank you. Anything else on this, today's report?
And that's it for me. I think I won beyond my 15 minutes. I think that because, yes, of course. And then additional parts, Mayor, I believe you'll be talking about, such as, for example, the street project, the sidewalk street project, the green project, and Pepco. So I'll just chime in at the appropriate time.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got, Police Chief Morgan.
Good afternoon, everyone, Mayor Council, and guests, PA. My report is my standard monthly report to the council and mayor. Everyone hear me? As of today, we have 9 officers on staff. We lost one for medical reasons about 3 months ago. We do have one in the academy, the bilingual. In the European Safety Department, and one is being recycled in the back of the academy on November 18th. He's floating with firearms and the gender thing got it qualified, so it's good to stay talking with over the last few weeks, we have been responding to taking some concerning crimes and citizen contacted and basically individuals who are not trying to rob them and what have you. We have been working with our partners, District Heights and the county. There appears to be a regional uptick in this, and I mean regional, pretty much in the southeast, just a corridor area in crime for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And we're working with the county very closely along with our partners, the Seat President, Mr. Heights, to kind of mitigate these issues. However, it is random. These individuals they're driving through this likely, or in most cases, we had one on Sunday that was individuals didn't even live in the town. They came in to do some business and got into it with each other. And one person put out a discharge. We arrested that person. But he did justifiably. So the county is investigating that, and I think I put notice to the mayor and council, and kind of giving you an update on that. We address the regional crime in a manner that is designed. I had a big conversation with Mayor Pro Tem today about this. I want you to think about the town in the context of the bubble. You try to keep stuff you giving into the bubble. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it don't. But our crime data, which I can have, you guys can have a copy. This is actually public record. The picture of this county, the county capitalizes extremely well. However, we have seen an uptick over the last 3 weeks in crime that we don't like, carjackings and robberies and combat shooting. But overall, I think data-wise, we are doing really well. Sometimes that doesn't mean anything to you. Perception is what really matters to most residents, right? We think it's unsafe, that's a problem for me and Deputy Chief. And certainly for the mayor and council. So we are always assessing and reviewing and looking at strategies, but we don't work in a bubble in the sense that we have to work with our law enforcement partners who are outside, like District Heights and pictures of county who shows the town at certain days or certain times of day. And we have to all be on the same page. I think we do a really fabulous job, but there's always room for improvement. And we are going to be looking into that. We've worked with the McDonald's up there for years, with all 3 also, and just keeping stuff safe. We have cameras up there in that space that I'll talk about in a second, but I think, crime is like the roller coaster. Opportunities present themselves. Sometimes we take advantage of the opportunities. So opportunity one, make sure you secure your properties, make sure you take the stuff out of your cars, locking your homes, locking your vehicles. And if you don't have a ring doorbell, give them. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to manufacture a video doorbell. I think they're a tremendous tool to help us investigate and resolve crimes and make arrests. Let's talk about crime data. We had a really good summer. I hope you all had a good summer. It seems like towards the end of the summer, things are starting to go off the rails. So, we are looking at that. Daylight savings changes people's movement and patterns. We are working in spaces like the metro and a lot of places where pedestrians are to ensure they can get home and back and forth to the metro safely. That is something, I've been here 5 years, I have always been an issue in the fall. Make sure we're providing the coverage out here in the community that we need to, particularly in areas where we have lots of density. Let me talk very briefly about traffic and security. Traffic speed, our speed camera program is up and running, and I think it's providing really good support to the community when it comes to pedestrian safety. It is generating a revenue that I think you would be, you're happy at this point, and we will continue to keep an eye on that. We also added an additional camera, you know this, on Walker River Road. Okay, that camera is actually coming online probably in the next 3 weeks. However, it is, these cameras are intended to bring revenue for public safety and also it's still motorist there. We do have a camera on Old Central, if you're not aware of it, for the first time in history of town, and that's point both directions. So be mindful, slow down, so people can move forward, move around safely. Our security camera program is the camera where we have AI cameras. Right now, we have 7 around the town and 3 around complexes. I'm going to be asking the TA for resources to add additional cameras. These are artificial intelligence cameras that track the movement of folks and their body movement and the vehicles, all that stuff. We have solved 3 crimes, 2 attempted murders. As I said, attempted murder, if you strike somebody in the body, that's an attempted murder in the shopping center. We have 4 of those cameras in the shopping center. Okay, we're going to add 2 more, one looking at the McDonald's and another one looking at the greater park line. And we have had some incidents in that shopping center, and that was really related to McDonald's. But, it's a very popular area. It's also adjacent to District House, and we have a lot of apartments and a lot of foot traffic in that space. So I will be working with the TA to find funding and hopefully be able to mount them in other spaces. The metro, as well as on the west side of town, as well as some of the townhouse community. We also have partnered recently with Prince County and their Fuchsia system. This is a real-time camera network system, much like what you hear about in DC. We're the first municipality to partner up with them in this space. This gives us real-time data to their cameras. They have real-time data access to ours. Why is this camera stuff so important? If we're looking for a suspect vehicle, let's say a red pickup truck with Maryland tags, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anytime that vehicle goes to any of those cameras, it's going to give us an alert within 5 to 7 seconds. Exactly what it is. Every time that vehicle goes through a camera in the network, it will alert. I'm not sure if you guys know, Mount Ranger has about 50 cameras, and they've installed a homicide with their cameras, which is the same camera system. So that is, we just recently followed up with them. I think that's going to be a great tool for the town and a resource that we can use to prevent and reduce crime, because we just try to make sure you guys are safe and keep an eye on the street and roadway. You're not concerned about your public movement. You're really concerned about keeping areas that have more propensity to crime covered as a third eye, as it is. That's what the council there. We are shooting receiving our unique patrol vehicles in the next 3 to 6 weeks. They actually have to deal with it and be coming down shortly, but they're not going for outfitting. Deputy Chief is working on that. We're also going to be getting rid of some of the older vehicles, the Humvees and some other cars with both need some savings and how insurance coverage. Trunk or treat. I want to talk about that. That's going to be in 4 locations. We're going to start out at Doswell Brooks at 4 o'clock. By going along here. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, keep on that. Okay.
All right. We're going to be starting out at 4 o'clock at Doswell Brooks with one of the officers. Actually, one of the officers going to be key. And at 6 o'clock, we will be at Larchmont and Doppler Highview near the basketball court, the East Drive, near the tennis court, and then on Capitol Boulevard on the street, well, actually on the sidewalk adjacent to town hall. And the cars are decorated. There will be lights flashing and candy given out, and just want people to come out and just get some candy food and enjoy yourself. We'll have it. As long as we have candy, we'll be out there. We're trying to make sure you have a good time, bring the kids. We figured this out about a month and a half ago and didn't notice it. And lastly, the bike giveaway, Mr. Ford, the organization is, but I'm happy that we teach for them. I did work from home, did work with the food stop program for 2 years. And logistically, that's a lot. So I'm glad it's, this is something that's possible to come here, but there's a lot of work in that. So that concludes my, report, man.
Okay, very good. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't to yourself.
No.
Sound like the first one, don't you?
That's okay. Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, concerned. Deputy Chief, go check it out. If you don't come back, I'll be going to face.
All right, thank you.
I don't know.
I'll be going to my car.
Any questions? Uh-huh.
Chief, how many calls are you looking to, acquire?
Well, you've already approved 6, so that's
Yeah.
coming in.
So 6, yes, that's all you can, 6, yes. So are we, with the 6 cars, are we replacing any cars that we have now? Or these are just 6 cars and then the other cars, are gonna be, no, not decommissioned, but extra cars, you know,
Well, we have 2 that are gonna be decommissioned.
okay,
They're 2008 and 2007,
okay.
which are high mileage, but not only that, we just got, proposals from fleet to repair them. Like, no, okay. Then we're getting rid of, I think, 200.
Okay.
But we're waiting for state police to certify the ceiling.
Okay, good. I do.
Okay.
I have no question. That's the report.
Councilman James?
I mean, some of those cars being used in other departments within our town, like human services.
That's a good question. I would suggest not, because to repair them, one car was $8,000, the other was $700. They only worth $2,000.
Okay, but they're not gonna be in pursuit or any high-speed chases. They could be used to go around in the town.
So you can certainly relocate them to another division, but again, they need to be repaired.
All six.
No,
2 cars.
Okay, well, you
Two cars.
6 replacing 6.
No. We needed like 3 cars. We are gonna have 1 pool car, like a pool car there. Over, actually 2, left over when we get the new one in. But remember, we bring in new officers as well, so we will be ready to mark. And I think once it's all said and done, we'll have one spare car. I didn't know if you noticed, I'm actually driving my personal vehicle for that for you.
You don't want to.
My personal shop.
You know, we, no conversation. This is a real answer. Respectfully.
I do.
So he could, you still want to keep on, Chief?
Oh, I just want to let the councilman know that, we don't have any spare cars right now. My patrol car had an electronic failure on the dashboard, which is, I've never seen before. So if they had continued, it was locked up, so we took the fleet out away and we had with some parts. I have a hybrid, so it's been down, so I don't have a spare car for me to drive. I'm driving the first one. And I'm okay with that. And it's happening. You know what it is.
Okay. Before we
I'm done,
go.
man. Thank you.
You, Councilman James?
Okay. When we got the firehouse event this weekend, and it was noted to us that we're not gonna have the, VA with the veterans, memorial this year. We were told that we're not gonna have the veterans memorial. Can you tell me why we're not gonna have it in our year?
Answer.
You know,
That's a good question. We typically had it at a couple of different sites. But it's been extremely, like, pulling teeth to get those spaces anymore. And we didn't have a place to do it. And, I know we were working on the activity room, and it was a conversation that we were able to have because we really know what would be done. So, we just don't have a place to do it and the resources, but more importantly, the fire department wasn't available, and which they had said was like really difficult to get that, incident. I will say very briefly. Yeah, well, we just started talking to them about that, and deputy would like to look into it. We are working with parking planning up the street, see if we can go utilize the facility. And really good rate, given that the government comes in. But, until we had a really solid distribution, it gets really difficult, to me, it's gonna be.
In the previous years, we used to do it like out front. We did it out front, of the police station, and it's always more attendant. And you never have too many people that you don't have enough room there, but you don't know so many.
I'm open to it.
Let's try to do it. Okay, thank you, chief. Any questions from anybody here? You got a chance to talk to your police.
We talk all the time. So not just for the police, not just for the chief, but actually for either one. My first question is, the chief did bring up about people trying to commute from the train station to wherever they're going. So is the bus back on the radar? No? Okay, so that was my first thing. The second thing is, I heard you say we putting not speed humps, so what are we on, humps or bumps? Speed humps, so we gotta be careful with humps, because humps can cause the town some type of compensation back for damaging people's cars. There's a difference between a hump and a bump, but that's offline, I just wanted to put that out there, we can talk about it later. And then the other thing is that with the, uptick in crime and people wondering, the thing is that I've learned, we already talked, so you already know who I am and what I do, right? But that comes from, low visibility of the police department. If you circle through a little bit, the kids are going to be scared, right? But if they know they have their friend Johnny that live in the neighborhood and we sit outside here for the weekend, oh, that neighborhood's sweet. We can always come back and hit it. So that's their mindset. So if you scope it out, I'm at Johnny's house, I'm just here for the weekend. But if I go back across the line to my friends who we get UUs all the time, I got a sweet neighborhood, come on, let's go hit it. And that's just honest. I sit outside my house for 3, 4 hours just talking to the neighbors, and there's nobody riding by.
Sure, I think, I always speak to, Jenny. But I take it all as constructive criticism. I think on the uptake we have is, they're completely unrelated to each other. They're not people living in the town, even visiting, they're coming through. But I appreciate you saying, and actually I had a good conversation, with Jenny Day about it. So we're looking at strategies, I have extensive background in communication. I do want to let Mayor and the council know that January 1, we're gonna have a ride with the chief, twice a month event where, I hope you're gonna get one of the people, where it's, well, you haven't really listened to it. This chief is different. Sorry. I just didn't really- I apologize. But no, starting in January, we're gonna be doing a ride with the chief event, 2 people, or 1 person, we'll have 2 rides a month. And it'll be invitation, and you come ride with me, and it'll be recorded, and it'll be put on YouTube. David's gonna be my production guy, and we're gonna, Joy's asked me to do something and promoting what we do and having conversations, but I also think it's about building relationships. I know a lot of people in the community, that's why I know this. I don't know this young lady, but now I do. I'm Brandon, I apologize.
Okay, you done, chief?
I'm done.
Move on with the meeting. Okay, thank you. Any other quick questions? Okay, thanks, everybody. So next will be, very good report, chief. Deputy, you want to say one thing or two? You got residents here?
Unless someone has a specific question for me, no, no.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Sidewalk improvement for town streets. That is, if you go through the town in certain areas, for years, there are no sidewalks. It is very unfortunate because it's an old town. And when I say no sidewalks, there are people who come out and they have to figure out how to go around the cars once they come out their door. There's just nowhere for them to step because the street is their sidewalk. So, it's in a preponderant amount of the, areas that we are missing sidewalks. We're not the only, this is not the first time this is known in any other area, but we just have a lot of it. We have a lot of it. And so what I'm, suggesting to the council is with the COVID money, because we are not going to invest as much money in the Chambers Avenue, the Green Street project, which was for one street, was almost $2 million. That would only be the beautification of one street. We don't have to use that money. We got funding from the government for almost $1 million from State Highway Administration and also community block grants. That's community development. And they give out money and it's called block grant. So we got money from them. And I'm prefacing with that to say we have enough money to invest $1 million. That's still a lot of money to invest in trees, a bike trail, and some other amenities. That's still a lot. So if we don't spend all that money, and I'm saying ARPA money, the COVID money that we have now, we got, is it Miss Brenda, is it 3.2 or 3.4 million?
3.4.
3.4 million. Now, we have spent some of that, but what we have left is two something. Two what?
2.9 minus the car's 2.4.
What is it? Okay, well,
2.45.
2.45, okay.
Yes.
So with the 2.5, the government requires us to report on that money. We're not the only municipalities. I mean, other municipalities got like 30 million. Greenbelt, they're 20, 30 million, but there's a bigger population than us. But so with that 3.4, we gave a portion to the residents. And believe it or not, some residents didn't even come and get that $500 or $600. So that's how the police were able to get their vehicles, because they didn't come and get the money. They said it was a hoax, or they didn't sign up to get the money. What was it, $500, $600? They didn't. They didn't get the money. So we have money, which is not excess money. And residents have said, well, why didn't we get some more money? I need this space. Well, you got your money from the government in the form of stimulus payment. You got that from the government. The money that comes to the town is for the town. And when I say that, there was limitations on how you could spend it. But former Ben Cardin put legislation in 21 where you can now, you being the town, you can use that money for lost revenue for your infrastructure. So now you can use it so everybody can see. So where we're at now is the police complex, part of the 400K we have with bond bill, the extra money, I don't like the word extra, finish the renovation of town hall and the lighting. These are things that the residents can see. This place looks like a Dracula horror movie at night. You can see bright LED lights. They're not yellow, they're white lights in your community. You'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see the police station, not that little bitty building over there, but a nice complex over there. With your, Public Works, Property Standards, and the police. You'll be able to say, even though this strip, which is state-owned, this is Maryland 332 Highway, the state needs to fix this up, it's a disgrace. Even though this strip looks bad, you'll be able to see the improvement when just the beautification of seeing a nice town hall with awesome landscaping. You'll be able to be proud and say, at least when you come in, you see a good looking building. Now back to what I was saying. So there's going to be a little bit excess in the pot. And I'm proposing that we do the streets. Our streets are horrible. So council, do you have any questions on that, please? TA Ren, and they already took account of how bad it is. TA Ren, you wanted to chime in, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yeah, we basically, the other day, actually several days, we've been walking around the streets of town Capitol Heights to assess basically which area requires immediate attention in regards to sidewalk. Unfortunately, we couldn't find one that didn't need it. It's like we saw children on the street walking from their school to their home on the street. We saw older seniors going from from wherever they've been, shopping bags in hand, walking on the street because we do not have any sidewalks. So the mayor said, Joy, where are the most needed areas? And frankly speaking, I would say everywhere. But he said, where are the specific ones? We did. We saw Tunic Avenue, Mayor Pro Tem said Tunic Avenue, Sultan, because that's the road that you walk all the way down to basically the subway station, and also Brook Road to always to Suffolk. I mean, is that right? Suffolk, right? Suffolk, Brook Road, all the way to Suffolk. But I mean, they're just like areas that needs immediate attention, which is we're going to target first, followed by phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Basically, eventually, we're going to cover the whole town and basically areas of where the resident can walk safely and securely without thinking or worry about getting run over or just getting run over, basically. So that's what we're focusing on.
Beautification, I mean, beautification can be something as small as fixing up your strip sidewalk, but doing decent landscaping on this corridor. Beautification doesn't always have to be that huge building for a town. Getting rid of all the trash debris you see every time you go out on Central Avenue, Old Central. So I'm just saying, we can go after funding. I along with the council or whatever, I write grants a lot. So we can go after grant funding starting in the beginning of the year because there'll be available funding through the government to try to get some sidewalks throughout. But right now, we don't have that. It's not available to us. So right now, we need to do and get this stuff under contract because we only have until December 31st to get the contracts. That's it. Oh, they will take the money from us. They'll take it from us. That's the bottom line. Not us, all municipalities. We're all under the gun to get these contracts in place. And I'm just thinking, when the residents say they want something, these are visible things that make your quality of life look better. That you'll be proud to have people come and say, I live in the town of Capitol Heights. Not have to put your head down. Oh my Lord, I think they don't go down that street and look.
Oh, no,
Take it.
actually, TA had, pretty much stated everything. You know, I was along with them, helped to identify some of the major, streets that we can actually, do the sidewalks and in the morning, sometimes, when I leave out every morning, and I see sometimes our seniors, we have a set of twins, seniors, they like 70-something years old, and they do, and when they walk down certain areas, they're in the street, when they just walk, that's their morning walk, when they're actually in the street walking. So I help identify some of the, prominent streets that you could use sidewalks. So saying that, I would like to make a motion, that we use some of the ARPA money to fund the, sidewalk project.
Comments?
And you said some of the money before the 2.45 million, how much that, what is that, all of it?
Oh, no. We gotta look at it. The lights alone are $300,000 to $400,000. Now, that is the community wide, that's London Woods, that's the town. I've always separated London Woods and this side of town. There's one town. So that would be the lights for all the community. That's 400,000 roughly, because this side, I think that's this side of Central, whatever, because it's both sides, but that's like 330 or 40,000. And then, London Woods is about between 120 and 130, because we have 264 lights, London Wood has 103. So, that money will be spent for that. But anyway, the, other thing will be the complex. Which has been a nightmare. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, I believe in transparency. The value of the modulars when they got them in 2015 was 300,000. It was a matching grant. And I'm sure, just so you know, when the government gives you grant money, they want you to have matching money, because if that project goes into a cost overrun or something like that, you have to be able to pick that project up. Because they don't want you to give you money and then you cannot finish it. So we had to have matching funds, which was 600K. The town took out a loan of $1.5 million.
Yes.
780 was, now remember, we already had the 600K. Took out a loan for 1.5. 620 was for streets improvement. You don't want my answer on that, my comment. 780 was for the safety complex. The safety complex is still sitting vandalized, looking like rats are running through it. That's a lot of money, isn't it? 600, 780. Okay. So in answer to your question, right now, currently on the table, to put those four modules up, and they're up at Linden Hill School in the back, if anybody wants to go see it. It's gonna be beautiful once it's done. It's almost $1 million. Now that's from scratch. We're starting from $1 million. So $1 million for the safety complex, 400 for the lights. They got $1 million left. And then you got, whatever we'll need for, in addition to the 400K, whatever we need for that. And when I tweaked the numbers, we definitely had money for the sidewalks. Because that other money was gonna go to Chambers, $500 million was going to Chambers Avenue. Okay, any questions? Trouble.
Very quick. Sorry for bringing the trouble tonight, but for the residents who submitted their paperwork for the, I don't know, the fund, and they have not received it, they've been in communication with, I don't know, staff over here. And it's in process, it's working. What is the next action? What should they be doing?
Miss Red is behind you, because that, Miss Red is behind you. Wait a minute. You want?
Hey.
Okay, Miss Red, go ahead.
May I? So basically, who are these people? Because Ms. Ronquise has been basically on it with regard to whoever submitted. What we do is a process. The person comes in, talk to us, and then we check basically the information they share with us. Like, this is my paperwork that was given to me at the time where I submitted it. And then once we verify it, we actually send the check out right away. Who have you been talking to?
Let me respectfully, we
Sorry.
have a motion on the floor.
Sure.
To stick to that subject.
Sure.
We have a motion. So we'll come back.
No,
to
but
that.
definitely.
The motion on the floor is,
Some money from Harper to fund the sidewalk project.
Yes.
okay, so now the comments have to go do with that, and then we take a vote. Comments and that. Yes, sir. Okay, so, can you call it, Ms. Ray?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem Chu,
Yeah.
Councilmember James,
I'm deciding.
okay, Councilmember William,
Yes.
so how do I? Okay,
Well, it's the majority, it's 2 out of 3.
okay, so it's approved.
And you have to vote, one way or the other.
Sir?
He has to vote. He's a council, he has to vote.
I have questions.
Yes, sir. Well, we just, I had to, when you give, no, I did. I said did.
So the question is, how are we gonna vet which street and how much volume of concrete we're gonna need in these sidewalks? How much of that money? I mean, that's open. So how, we say we're gonna use some of the money. How much?
Can I? Oh, you wanna go first? I think that's fine. It's like, kind of in school.
Okay, the streets haven't even been submitted. The section of, because everywhere doesn't need, like Nova Avenue, all the way up to the 600 block has sidewalk. Now, from the 600 to the 800 does not have sidewalk. So how are we gonna, we have to go through first and do an evaluation to see how much money we need for this. So some of it may not be enough.
You want me to, you don't speak,
No.
don't think so? Okay. And I do not ignore anybody on the council. I said comments twice. I did not hear your voice, but that would be there. And I apologize. I did not hear your voice. Did you see it, Ms. Grant? I never saw it. So, in answer to that question, I already did my homework on it. We will only do what we have the money for. That's the answer automatically. We will only do, sir, what we have the money for and what the council approves.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we don't have time. We have to make decisions because we have to get things under contract. There are 4 contractors that I've already gotten that we can get bids from. This is all they do. That will come before the council will say we want to do these things, these things. So that's how we will do it. But we will only do, sir, what we have the money to do. And we can do it in increments, and that was why I said, the beginning of the year, I will start grant writing to get additional funds for whatever streets are left. I yield to you, Deputy Chair.
Also, we are utilizing, Glenarm's, engineer or architect who actually worked on their sidewalk project. So the engineer is coming out here to take a look at the sidewalks. The sidewalks have been identified. And just like over here where Capitol Heights Elementary School is, has sidewalks. So what we're doing is where it stops at, I think it's Suffolk and Brooks Road, we're going down to the end of the street that ends in the town. So that's one area, and of course, Tunic and Suffolk, Saucy Avenue. So the streets have been identified, and we do have an engineer to come out and take a look at it, and then we can start the bidding and work with the council and the mayor in terms of the cost. Council member?
Yes. I vote yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And again, I'm hoping my regrets if I did not.
Yeah,
I don't normally do that. I don't, purpose. No, I don't do that. Okay, but thank you. Okay, so next is mayor and council salary increases for next administration. The next administration. You got that, Ms. Rand?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna preface with this because we've had several meetings and we've had some people say, oh, you should get an increase. We've had others say, oh, you're spending the town's money, you should not get an increase. Okay. I'm gonna be upfront with you and please don't take this as arrogant. It's definitely not the money for me because I operate my own small business. It's not about the money. And this is not enough money. But the logic is, in comparison, based on other municipalities who have the same source of budget, and our budget is online. This mayor and council, and it's not for us, it's for the next mayor and council. We can't vote for money for ourselves. It has to be for the next people. We have not had an increase in over 20 years, and Ms. Ring has documentation to prove that, over 20 some years. Seat Pleasant is at 15K. Some are more, but then again, their revenue could be more than ours. So you have to do apples to apples. You can't do apples to oranges to say, because they make 25, we should make 25. That's not what this resolution is about. This resolution is about, I'm making roughly 7,000. The council's making a little under 6. Yeah. And Seat Pleasant, who we partner with, they're making 15. Well, I mean, we can deal with that. But what I'm trying to say is, no one is gonna pay me like this is my job. But I truly tell you, if anybody knows me, I put in more hours in this municipality because I'm bringing the economic development left and right. And I go to meetings, et cetera, et cetera. The council members, we put in a lot of time. So should you be paid a lot of money because of that? No, it's a service job, but common sense should tell you should be making more than $2 and $3 an hour. If you want to quantify any of this stuff. So that is where we are now, is saying that the mayor and council should be making more money for what they do. It's a thankless job, but really. So I'm T.A. Ren.
Yeah, I presented this back on September 23rd, 2024. I did the first reading during that time period. I would like to have the opportunity to read it again. As everything you've said is quite clear, and frankly, if I do my calculation correctly, you're basically making $6 an hour.
Oh.
A little more than $2 or $3. It's $6. You get $6. Okay, so
And I'm gonna be arrogant. $6, and I've almost brought in $700,000 to this town in less than 2 years. I'm shouting my own whistle here.
But I just want to say again, this is not for you guys. Just want to make sure that you all understand that this is not for this administration at all. So the mayor and everybody will not be able to
Yeah, it's
benefit
not
from
for
it.
us. It's
No.
for anybody.
It's actually for the next administration, whoever comes on board. So whatever you guys are voting on, it's actually for the next folks, not you guys. I'm gonna read this, Town of Capitol Heights, Resolution 2024-14, introduced by Town Administrator. Resolution for mayor and council salary adjustment, whereas the Town of Capitol Heights is in support of a salary adjustment for mayor and council. Whereas the salary for mayor and council has not been adjusted for more than 14 years. I want to be conservative.
Yeah.
Whereas the salary for mayor and council has not kept up with the cost of living increases. Whereas the salary for mayor and council of the surrounding municipality have been adjusted or is being adjusted. Whereas adjusted salary for the mayor is $14,375 dollars per annual, and the adjusted salary for the council is $12,500 per annual. Whereas the salary adjustment for the mayor and council will take effect for the next administration and not the current administration. Be it finally resolved that this resolution shall take effect upon adoption. Passed this blank day of October 2024, the town of Capitol Heights by mayor and council. I also wanted to reiterate, the money that will be paying them will not be coming out of residents' taxation. Literally, because we have several programs up, one being the speed camera, another by December 1st will be the stop camera. Both of these will generate a few $1,000,000 per annual. And that's where the money for the increase in salary will be going, well, will be taken from. So therefore, as I think some of the residents were concerned with, was that, is this money coming out of the taxation or the residents, so forth? It is not. It will be taken out of basically the, well, speed camera as well as stop sign camera and any other, well, basically police enforced violation, revenue generating system. So I would like to hopefully move forward and just finalize this today. I yield.
I would like to make a motion that we approve resolution 2024-14. Yeah.
Okay, can she get a second?
Yeah.
Okay, any comments on this, Johnny? Okay. This is our third or fourth time, everybody. We went through this a lot. And I can tell you, a lot of us didn't want to bring this because it was like, oh, we don't want the residents to think that we're taking their money, we don't this and that, but right is right. And I'm saying again, with all this stuff that's going on now, this administration is bringing to this town. Okay, so much on my pitch. Hey, Ren, can you, call the vote?
Yes, so Mayor Pro Tem Chu.
Yeah.
Councilmember James. And Councilmember Williams, because it has finance, I'm gonna ask the mayor.
Yes.
So it's 4 ayes, 0 nays, approved, passed.
The mid-year budget review schedule, TA Ren, we need a date.
Yes, I do.
And, we'd also like to have the accountant present,
Yes, no problem.
or the, I don't know, is there a title?
Ms. Ajwa, yes, town treasurer,
Oh, town treasurer.
Yes.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So we'd like that, we'd like it early December because the full council's not here, but normally, I can't remember, Councilman James, you might be able to help me. Previous administrations, didn't we say, we didn't do both Mondays in December, right, because of holiday? Yeah, did we? You wanna wait for y'all wanna wait for full council to vote on what days? Okay, we'll wait for full council. But my suggestion is that we do this like the first, no later than the second week of December though for this. Because otherwise we're going into the, okay. And all of you need to attend because we're talking money. I tell everybody you need to come. We got 3 more things, y'all stay for the whole meeting. You can do it on Teams too. You need to hear about how your money is being allocated. You really do. So, or what the expenditures are. Are we over budget? I mean, are we putting money in for this? Are we allocating money for new police vehicles? I'm just whatever. You need to know how the money is being spent. So Tia Brand, I'm thinking, what? We're just gonna say the first or second weekend, what's the first day for the public meeting? You got that, Chief? What is it?
First Monday of December, which.
Wanna do it then? What's that? What date is that, Chief?
Which Monday of December is the second day?
Okay, that's workshop. What about the, The public.
Ninth, December
Ninth, and then we get 16th.
ninth in December.
can we do it on the, everyone, can we do it on the ninth? Council. Can we do it on the ninth?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah, I think, that's one, December. I think, I know we have to do this, but in all fairness, I think we need to just send an email or something out to the council that's not here.
no, this is December. This is hard. We put it
Yeah, I
on
know, we
over.
still need to send an email out to let them know if that date is good for them.
No, it's a public meeting.
Oh, so our
Yeah,
regular.
it's a public meeting.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is not on the agenda. No, I wouldn't do that. No, it's just a public meeting, so that would be, we only have two, so it would be the ninth.
The ninth,
Uh-huh,
yeah, the 23rd, we won't be.
So December 9th, correct?
right, yes, ma'am.
Got it.
We don't want to be late in this because we're consistently late in these mid-year reviews. So that's why I think we need to schedule it now.
That's what
Yes, ma'am.
And also, a suggestion would be to, have TA, make sure that she, go over the different line items, because when we do the review, we also do appropriations at that time. So if we have line items that need to be addressed, then we need to know during the time. I need it.
No problem.
Okay. Anything, anybody got anything else? Any comments from anybody about the money? Yes,
Former Councilman Kaysen has her hand up.
we'll have to go. No, we opened the floor, so she can go. We opened the floor.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of questions, and I'm gonna go back in reference to the resolution that just passed. And what was stated, how you were gonna fund the elected officials increase. I would like to know, when did the rule change that speed camera money could be used for salary increase? I know at one time it could not be. So that's how you stated that that's how you're going to sustain the increase. So I would like to know the documentation. I'm going to do some additional research, because I know at one time you could not use speed camera money to supplement elected officials' salary. That money is supposed to stay within the police department. That was my understanding. My second question is in reference to the addition to the town hall. The last meeting I attended, and I know I may have missed some, but when a young lady came, she presented two options, as Councilmember James stated. It was my understanding that the council was going to sit down to discuss what options to go with. And I would just like to know, how did you determine what the options were that you selected? Because it sounds like from the conversation that you selected the options, Mayor, and not the council.
No, I didn't.
I
Let
say
me
that's
answer.
what, wait a minute. I said that's what it sounded like. If you didn't, that's fine. I just say that's what it sounded like. And as far as the speed humps are concerned, and the streets, the speed humps and the sidewalks, how do you determine some of the streets are county streets? Isn't part of is Brook Road the town street, or is Brook Road the county street?
I'm gonna have to limit, really, let's, because we yield, but we can't go on and on, so. I'm gonna, let me chair the meeting. I'm gonna answer your two. And I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna try to answer those and then TA Red. But I'm gonna stop there because we also have to finish, I think there was Councilman Akers, so we're off the thing to keep this meeting moving, but I'm gonna respectfully answer your questions.
I don't have
So
a problem waiting to the end of the meeting.
No,
with
let me
public
go back.
question.
Let me go back to the first one. The first one is, we do not have to, there is more than enough money in the budget to finance that the small, it's not really a huge increase overall, if you look at it for what it's done. There's more than enough money in the budget. And I'm hopeful that sometimes, if I may say respectfully, that you'll say something that really is positive and supportive of the town. I really mean that.
Excuse me?
So what I'm saying is, let me answer your question. That,
No, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you just said, Mayor. That's what I said. Excuse me.
yeah, I said I'm hopeful that.
Sampson, the
Let me
positive.
finish, please, I'm gonna have to cut it. What I'm saying is respectfully, I'm hopeful that you will see, because we work hard, something positive that we are bringing to this town. I really am. So in answer to your questions, which you have a right to ask, I mean, I know you're a property owner, so you have a right to ask them. But my answer to the monies, there's more than enough to fund the increase. We already checked those numbers. The budget is transparent. TA Ren put that out there and she can respond to that. Let me finish. The second one was, no, I did not do. What we did was electronic, which we can do. We went back and forth electronic on the architecture. Insofar as if we wanted to do a second level, because I was definitely for a second level, but that would cost us $1 million extra. It would be $1 million because of the build up and the height, et cetera, et cetera. As you know, construction development is extremely expensive. We don't have the money. We don't have the money. It's just that simple. Because I gave all that to the council with the architect's drawings. We had all that, the renderings, we had everything. And I was in support because we give us more space, but we just don't have the money. I didn't know it would cost that much, but we don't have the money. So it was not me. In fact, I was the one that asked the architect to put it out so the council could review it. So your second one was, what was the third one? Oh, it was the humps and the lumps? I'm gonna have to yield on that, Councilwoman Casey, and give that to Councilman James or TA Red. So she has the one about the increase, and then she has the one about the humps. So let's try to keep it moving, please. TA Red.
I will answer the questions regarding to the salary increase, because I did the due diligence on it.
Uh-huh.
In terms of speed hump, I think Councilman James is more than sufficient to answer any questions. He did a lot of work on it. So in terms of, let me quantify myself, I might have let me quantify and clarify. I'm not saying that we'll use the money from the speed camera or stop sign camera directly to utilize for their salary increase. What I'm saying is that money can't be used to pay salaries or whatever not that's needed for the police department. So by taking away some of the pressure off of the general fund or to pay the police officer, that money could be utilized or redirected to pay for some of the costs for mayor and council. So let me quantify this one more time. So originally, for example, a portion of money or from the general fund is to pay for the salary of the police department with the speed camera as well as the stop sign camera. Some of that cost can be alleviated by the speed camera violation tickets and so forth and so on. Therefore, by taking that portion away from the general fund, it relieves the general fund of having that pressure to pay for that. And therefore, whatever remains that we did not utilize, we can use it for the mayor and council increase in salary. And as the mayor said, it's very minor. So when I do my budgeting, I'll be sure to note the portion that's being utilized to pay for the police in terms of from the speed camera and from what portion that I basically have distracted from that will be using it for the mayor and council's salary increase. Again, this is for the next session, not even for this administration at all. So whatever they voted was for the next people. That's it. Hopefully I answered your question. If I didn't, ask me again. It's okay. Sorry.
Keep it moving, and so the next one, Councilman James and the lumps.
Councilwoman Dean, this question again? About the speed up? Councilwoman.
Are you speaking to
I'm
me? Because
speaking
I was
to
told
you,
to be
Diane.
quiet. So I'm just honoring what I was asked to do. So.
No, yes, ma'am, I'm speaking to you.
Councilman Casey, please.
What was this question? Because I could barely hear him.
Oh,
Okay,
no, you had a question concerning speed humps
yeah.
that we're putting down in the town?
Yes, my question was actually with the speed humps. I knew there are drainage issues on some of the streets. So are you addressing the drainage issues before you place sidewalks on some of the streets? And some of the streets, how are you going to address the easement rights? You know, is it going to be a new way of putting sidewalks in? Are you going to have to take some of the residents' property? All of those things.
Well,
That has been an issue in the past, and I assume it's been resolved.
okay. Councilwoman Jackson, you know that, the easement, it belongs to the town anyway. So we have an architect on board that we want to do out the community surveying easements. But some of these areas that are slated, they don't even have drainage. So therefore, you can't put a sidewalk there. You need to put in the proper drainage so that water can drain. Capitol Heights Boulevard has a major puddling situation.
I
So
agree.
before we actually put down anything, we need engineers to come in, technicians, to go under the ground of the existing drainage system to connect to where we're proposing to do sidewalks.
I agree.
So, yes. Yeah. No,
I agree. But I didn't hear that in any of the conversations, nor the resolution stated that. It didn't state any of the meat that needs to be in a resolution because, you know, it just didn't state enough meat in the resolution to make sure that those things would be noted when the engineer comes out that you're looking at when you're speaking about installing sidewalks. And also the resolution for the elected officials increase need to state exactly what the TA stated in there to be sure that it's followed that way. That's what a resolution is for, to have the information, because the information in that resolution
Okay,
is minor.
thank
Doesn't have
you.
to be in it.
All right, thank you. Just going by 3 minutes, so thank you. Did you finish this?
Yes.
Councilwoman Case, I think you want, Mayor Pro Tem want to say something, and then we'll go on. Go ahead.
Okay,
You want to say anything? Oh, okay, we have to move on. Okay, go ahead.
just really quickly, I want to quantify again, I want to quantify and clarify. You're talking about the speed hump, the speed bump is separate from the sidewalk. It is totally separate. So one aspect is the sidewalk, which we talked about. You're absolutely right. Definitely need more in it. That's why we get the engineers out there to make sure that everything is done right and correctly. And on top of that, Capitol Heights Boulevard definitely needs storm drain and some kind of resolution to it. There's ice patches. It's scary. I was out there in January, but that's a totally separate. And the parts that we discussed is it's the sidewalk we're proposing is Tunic. We're talking about Sultan, and we're talking about Brook to Sulphate. So Capitol Heights, it's definitely going to be in the plan, but it's not there. The separate part is actually the speed humps that he's talking about, which is Nova, Mentor, what is it? Capitol Heights Boulevard, and what's the other one? And Tunic. So it's two different separate projects, and you're absolutely right. You want to make sure there's meat, everything's clearly defined and written and documented. Absolutely correct. So one is the sidewalk, the other one is basically the speed humps. Yes, I'm sorry, I keep on saying bumps, but one is speed humps, one is the sidewalk. I just want to quantify it. Sorry about that. It probably was me making that mistake. Just want to quantify that. Thank you.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right.
I just want to make sure it's,
So now we'll go on to,
I want to make sure it's clear.
we have 4 more things to cover. You might as well, is Ms. Akers, has she been able to get on?
Councilwoman Akers?
Did I make it this time?
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. If I made it this time, I first off all would like to put on the record, I'm having issues, and I don't know why. It's only me that's not being able to get on the meetings when I'm raising my hand. But I'm not going to go there. I just have 2 questions that I wanted to talk about. And one of them was with the sidewalks. I just wanted to know when the sidewalks are added, would that narrow the streets, our streets? Question number 1. And question number 2 is we had 1.5 K from in a bail bond from Senator Benson for the modules. And I think I heard that the town took out a loan for 1.5 Kay, I'm just trying to get clarification. Are we talking about the same thing or is that a different issue? I yield for an answer.
The 1.5 is not K. It's 1 million. And it was during your administration, if I may say, it was during the 18 to 22 administration. And your town administration straighter had the initials of JS. So it was during that time period. It was never done by Senator Benson. Senator
Okay.
Benson didn't give any money. She gave bond bill money this time.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so she gave the bond bill money, which we'd have to pay back once we started with the modules. Now, you're saying that 1.5 billion. I'm
No.
trying to figure out where that 1.5 billion came in at.
The 1 point, you yield, well, not yield, but let me.
Yes, I
The
do. I
one
yield.
point 5 million was a loan taken out by the town. It's a loan that the town is currently paying back now. It's a loan that has a once a year payment. I don't know what it's 40,000, but it's a once a year payment. So that loan is gonna go on for like 30 years.
Hmm.
And so that was done the 2018-22 administration.
Hmm.
And the money, what is left is 55,000, and they call it unspent funds. That's what's left of that funding. So during the administration, the previous administration is where I'm trying to track the money and how it was spent. None of that money was spent during this administration, and all that we inherited from 1.5 million was 55,000.
Hmm.
So Senator Benson had nothing to do with that money.
But thank you very much, Mayor. This is the first that I've heard of that. And I thank you very much for educating me on that because I wasn't aware that the town had taken out a loan during our administration for that amount of money. And I'm going to yield the floor. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. So now we are at the newsletter status and establishment of a committed schedule for dissemination. TA Wren, I will ask you this because the council has expressed more than once that our newsletters are supposed to be quarterly, but we don't know when we'll get them. The residents, they don't know when they'll get them because they're never on time. Like this one is 2 months late. So I wrote my article in the summer. We're in autumn now. So I had to change the summer month and start out with the autumn instead of saying summer is ending. Now I'm at autumn is ending. So the question is, what can we look forward to say, or the residents, if they ask, what would be are we doing it quarterly? And this newsletter, when will this newsletter be out?
Do you? Second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in terms of this time, I apologize for not being on time in terms of that. Again, the person that was tasked to do this, unfortunately, didn't get the information he required, and when he was not able to submit it. However, going forward, we're gonna have quarterly newsletters every 3 months, basically. So that's 4 total for the year. And then we will set deadlines where the mayor and council needs to submit their articles or articles or their write-ups in time so we can get it in time. So every quarter we will have a newsletter. And with that, we will set deadlines for the articles to be submitted. And then we will tell you the timeline, whereby we're going to submit to you the draft for review and then the final print. But it will be every quarter. So then we can provide the information that residents need and want to know on a regular schedule.
So this one will be going out when?
So I'm still waiting on one article, but as soon as that article is submitted, which should be coming out soon because the event just happened last week. As soon as that's submitted, according to LPI, who we work with, as soon as I submit it, it takes 7 business days for them to give us the copies, and then that's just the process of us putting them in bags and then sending them out. So if we finish it this week, we should be ready to disseminate them by next week.
Thursday,
This Thursday?
yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, everybody on that one, okay. The Green Street project status, I guess I talked about that in ahead of time, just to say that we are going to, use the 1 million that we have, and that was, the community block grant, and that was the state highway administration. So, and then the council, at the last meeting, the other council members all said that they gave some ideas and this and that. So I'm going to suggest that we get together with the principals who are working this and the full council, you know, get with them and put forth their ideas, because we all need to chime in on what we want to do with Green Street, and we need to move that fast. That is not going to have to move as fast as the ARP money, but we have to put something in place by April of 25. So we need to move on that. The Pepco streetlight status, I'm happy to say that after 2 years of working with Pepco on getting the upgrades for this town, they are working on a contract to submit to the council. I would jump, but I'm not going to jump in front of you. But it's been 2 years. I keep repeating that. I'm just, it's unbelievable. It would take that long to get lightings. But the bureaucracy, even in Pepco, well, they're a monopoly. We all know that. There's some energy companies, but Pepco runs everything. And so, again, to be redundant, we are getting a contract, and that contract will have to be submitted to us in the next 30 days, because we will lose money again. And Pepco knows that. So that's why they are working with us and acknowledging that they could have done better. But again, I'm happy to say that it's in motion, and I can't tell you when the lights will be installed, but they will be done in increments, and they will start next year, beginning of the year. So it's done. So we're at mayor and council comments. Oh, so any comments on the lights? I'm sorry. Anybody on the lights? Council? Mayor and council comments.
Oh, we had a really good time on Sunday at the firehouse for Maryland. We went to the open house at the fire station right across the street. You actually learned a lot about career firefighters versus volunteer firefighters. They showed us a lot of what they do at the fire department. They have a ton of information on carbon monoxide, smoke detectors. We played a couple of games of putting out the fire. They are looking for volunteer firefighters. They have a packet. I think you can actually register online or apply online for volunteer firefighters. It was a really good event. Sometimes as elected officials, even though we don't, sometimes people in our community put on events or things. I think it's good sometimes that we go by and at least show our, commitment to the community and to the businesses. And they were really, really excited and glad that we actually stopped by. We stopped by to the event, and it was a very good event. Be moving along with our stop sign cameras. Has been approved by the council. And so hopefully soon you guys will see new cameras up, stop sign cameras. And anyone who run the stop sign will get a ticket. It does not clock the speed, but it does clock the fact that they are in that stop sign. We have a lot of problems in our community with people running the stop sign. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, our safety committee. We had our safety committee last Thursday. And I think from this point forward, what we're going to do is begin to generate minutes and agendas. So when we have our safety committee, at least the residents will know what we talk about and the different, items on the agenda. So we're gonna start posting that, online. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about, but that's it. That's it for me for right now. You wanna come in between the time?
No, man, I'll come behind.
No, that's all. I give my time.
You yielded to the chief, because you know, okay, all right, Councilman James.
Yes, it's one of my reports. If anyone knows of any children from ages between 5 and 10, please send them to the town hall. We're not sending them, but their parents. Yeah, I need a parent and then.
I just finished the
Those are the Boy Scouts of America.
Respectfully, doing second, right? Please. I know, but we're in session.
We are expecting, new recruits for the Boy Scout type number 7777. Cub Scouts. We want these kids to learn life lessons, have a good adventure, learning to respect God, country, state, all of the authority, police. It can happen for them. So it's a wonderful experience. Right now, we're working on the aviation badge. They're learning all about airplanes, pilots. So please send them down, town hall. Well, the parents have to come down. These parents come down. I'm sorry to keep sending the children, 5 or 10. But I need the children. We need the children, 5 or 10. That's the ages we're expecting. Sign them up. Sign them up. They'll have a wonderful experience. That's Scouting America. No longer Boy Scouts of America. It's incorporated Boys and Girls. So it's Scouting America. That's my.
Thank you, sir.
Very brief, Mayor.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
I don't need to speak a lot, so I'm pretty good. Mayor Pro Tim and myself and Don Williams, council meetings, in for the committee for the public safety, but I think there's some people in this room that could be a good citizen on that committee. So, your input is very insightful. So I know we decided to have some, non-governmental, things, but we also be a part of it. So think about it. Anybody in this room who lives in the community is encouraged to, and if you're on the teams, to participate is once a month on a Thursday evening. It's only an hour long. So let's put that out there. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. We're gonna end with, are there any? Okay, I'll just do mine quickly. I just want. So,
Sorry.
okay, yeah. I'll end with saying mine will be before we go to closure, and there will be public comments before we close. But the one thing I wanted to say was going to the fire station yesterday event was really, it was a learning experience for me. It really was. I learned that not only do we have the volunteer portion, we also have the county. We have the career people who work the police station, the fire station for us. And it was just interesting. So they are in need of recruits. But one thing I did ask them, could they do on Zoom or in person, was present to our residents and the council some of the safety things, because some of the things they talk about safety is not just fire, but it was so interesting. And I was like, I never thought about that. You think of a smoke alarm and the carbon monoxide thing, but there's just so many things that they said. Just in general, they were just talking. They just huddled around us and they wanted to share so much information. We were there for several hours. So anyway, if you see on the agenda, because we make it public every week, that we're going to have a presentation by the fire department, I would urge you to come because it's just very enlightening information. Do we have any more public? Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I need to say this for Councilman Ford because she's not here. I want to remind everyone that on November the 23rd, which is a Saturday, Sound the Alarm is going to be, it was postponed. Working with the fire department at the Red Cross, as well as the Capitol Heights Police Department, and so you just want to make sure everybody's gonna go to it. It starts at 8 a.m. I'm sorry, yeah, 8 a.m. and ends at 2:30. There's program, what the mayor just said, teaching you about smoke safety, fire safety, how to basically map out your house in case of an emergency of fire, you're able to exit. And this is gonna be held at Capitol Heights Elementary School. So Principal Barry was very supportive of the effort. So she's opened up her gym so that we can actually do this function of this event at her place on November the 23rd, which is a Saturday. That's it.
Can you get you have her information, Mr.
Oh, yeah, I already got her.
No, I'm serious. So we
Yes.
can start including her on our community outreach efforts.
Yeah,
We're not doing a committee. We just need to have a resident or residents who really want to help us reach the community.
absolutely.
That would be great. Do we have any public comments? It's me. Oh, awesome.
You know, 5,500 block of keywords court. And I just need you guys to, talk about the issue with the commercial vehicles, if you can.
Let's do it twofold. Councilman Chip, and then the Chief.
Actually, chief, because we are, because, he actually submitted the ordinance to the.
Oh, we got the ordinance?
Yeah. And I want chief, you wanna.
You want to break, but I know.
Okay.
We've done lately, and I know it was
Okay.
done lately, and I think, it's unfortunately, it's called, that's called spiritual holiday for the town. That we go through, it's very briefly, the town does not have a public ordinance for commercial vehicle that's consistent with other municipalities or the state law. And in many jurisdictions, vehicles and trailers and so forth are not permitted to park on public roadways and use some comments. And word comments and words that we use them to make money. So, we wrote it, we submitted it for a legal review, make sure it's consistent with other jurisdictions and the state law. And then it comes before the council and then in the public session for discussion. So right now, it is legal review, attorney. But it is something that I think needs to be addressed, not just because of one issue or one particular vehicle, but there's a problem throughout the town. Particularly dealing with large commercial vehicles, tow trucks and tractor trailers and so forth. So this is a small community, a quaint community, and needs to reflect the type of community that it is. It might have a lot of commercial vehicles, boats, tractor trailers, big box trucks, parked on public roadways. The other side too is very big here. I talked to the town administrator about finding a lot within the town, maybe set up a commercial area, the area that you could rent space for parking, your commercial vehicles and equipment, because we know that this is the kind of community that's a working community. I've been a part of the Cavaliers community since I was 18. You can admit it, but I haven't been older than 18 now. This has always been an issue when you go over to blue collar working community. Folks just, they drive their truck to work and they bring it home. So the mayor and the council had an opportunity to review it, if there are changes, but the legal language is already reviewed by the council.
And so when will it be available for public view? Like,
Once it
if we have any objection.
once it comes back, mayor and council will review it, and it's really up to them to decide what they're passing or not. You can certainly, I'm sure it will be posted as part of the agenda online. I think, this has been an issue that has been a long standing for at least a couple of years now. Where we have, particularly in the townhouse section, a lot of commercial vehicles that don't belong there. Specifically commercial trucks, tow trucks and big vans and so forth. Commercial is defined by anything used in commerce over a certain amount of weight. And also types of vehicles used to be commerce. So that's state law and that's also county law. And we're trying to be consistent with the state and county, also to the municipalities have certain privilege to modify and critique laws that are specifically for the municipality because of unique standard. There is an incorporated community and they have a little more leverage to impose restrictions than the county or the state by state law.
What? I'm gonna, one more, yes, ma'am.
Just have a question on what the chief just said. I guess my question is, if you're saying that there's guidance that's put in place that's in front of the attorney, how did we enforce that commercial vehicles had to get a permit to park on the lot if we are redoing, reworking, making some edits to the guidance in place? So I think it's we're approaching where they're gonna have to renew that permit soon, right? So how are we enforcing the permit if we or people who have commercial, well, my husband drives a commercial vehicle, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put it out there all the way. So how do we enforce anything if you're making edits or amendments and his truck doesn't meet the standards that you're putting in place? So I think when it's January, February, when it's time to renew, are we asking citizens to renew those registrations, or how are we doing this if we have some rules that may change or may not work for them? Are you refunding them their money back, what they paid for? So how are we going with that? I mean, you may not know that question because you still got stuff in the works, but those are just some questions that I'm throwing out as a person that's just hearing what you're saying. So those are some other things that you may want to consider in the process of whatever you're working out.
This is a time sensitive matter. It has been for a while. The legal review should take no longer than another week or so, and then I think it probably is on the agenda sometime in May, November. But this is also, we go by the existing ordinances or we defer to county. Certain commercial vehicles of certain size and weight will be permitted to have permits. But if you're driving a tractor trailer and certain trailers or certain other equipment, you can't have it on public road.
That's right. I mean, that makes sense,
Yeah.
but if you're saying you're making edits to it, I don't know what those edits are, but I'm saying that if this truck doesn't meet the weight requirements to your edits, what is your protocol at that point?
Well, the council and the mayor and he and myself will probably get down to, well, when you come out as far as the time on the permit, you should be permitted to go there in 1 year, and then you will be basically asked if your vehicle doesn't comply to relocate it. However, towns go through this, cities go through this all the time when they're upgrading public parking rules or particularly ordinances, because they're a quality of life issue. These are not criminal matters, these are civil matters, and the ordinances for the town are in dire need of updating on a multitude of levels. But since I'm in the law enforcement side, the council has directed me along the PA to get these ordinances up to code when it comes to parking and vehicle usage on public roads. So I would say, just to kind of answer your question, you probably would be able to, if your vehicle going applies in that timeline of a permit. Once that permit expires, you'd be asked to part of the reopen.
Right, but are you gonna give the people significant notice that that's in place?
Yes.
And I only say that because there are some people who does drive, but they don't get home until probably after hours. So if they don't know that, then what are they up against? After 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So then there with I just don't know. And I'm just giving a hyper. Because I've been in the town for 25 years. So this has been an ongoing roller coaster. And the point that you actually got to the fact that people have to pay the $50 was actually shocking to me. Because like I said, I've been here for 25 years. So I've been on this roller coaster.
The town is evolving, and as a resident of that town, long time, you've seen a lot of change in that. I think the goal here is to get the town where it needs to be, consistent with other jurisdictions and state law and county law. However, it's going to cause a little hardship. What we tend to do is we put notices on the vehicle before we take any action. Even if your vehicle, gets me loose by this sometimes, but
We can talk later.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come see you later.
Because
Yes, ma'am.
I have to cut other people
Yes,
too,
ma'am.
so we're like,
I got it.
that's all.
Also, when we talked about the opera money, I think she really might have voted, but that was still waiting for her thing. Yeah, I didn't talk. Okay,
We have Kason with her hand up. Councilman Kason?
Yes, I have a response, I guess, in reference to what Councilwoman Akers kind of alluded to, and the mayor, you were speaking about the loan. I'm kind of surprised that there's no documentation, or does the town still have the documentation that stated where the monies went to?
Let me answer that.
Yeah,
You want to
if you
talk?
can, because if I would have known,
I know if you wanted me to interject, that's why I asked you respectfully, because I
yeah,
did.
yeah, because I've been shredding a lot of information, and if I wish I would have known that, I would have kept the documentation.
I can tell you, and you're welcome to come in, because I know you will, in a good way, and I say that in a good way. I wish other residents would too, but anyway, I know you will. I have a package that I got from, because we had to sign off on the 55,000 unspent funds. So when I found out that was left, the town, that was part of the $1.5 million loan. There were draws taken against it. And I'm not going to go through the personnel portion of who took what. If you want to, I'll have to talk to you offline.
I probably
there were-
already have that information
Yeah,
as well.
but
Mhm.
yeah, there were draws taken against the money, and there were draws that they paid Nehemiah. And so the draws taken for the modules is astounding, because the modules they're in the total dumps. So I don't understand, none of that was really done with the modules. The streets, 720, what streets, and maybe somebody can tell me what streets were done. I don't see any streets that were done
Quiet View and Denise Drive.
for 720.
But I'm not talking about the dollar. I don't know what dollar amount it was. I have to go back,
Okay.
but with the monies, because
Okay.
Denise Drive and Quiet View did not qualify for a CBGY, whatever one of those those are.
Uh-huh.
That side of the town does not qualify for that funding. So that money's for Quiet View and Denise Drive.
Are you willing to come with me, let's say, because it's already done, sometime after the first of the year, and meet with me on that money, and I'll show you what I have? I need some insight, seriously.
Yeah, I would. If you would have told me
Okay.
earlier, I probably had been shredded mounds and mounds and mounds of town document. So, you know,
I'm
what
not
I
at
can,
liberty, you understand, because it goes through a personnel thing.
yeah,
Let's talk,
yes,
let's talk.
okay,
Thank you.
that's fine.
Yeah, and I keep my word, you know that, so let's talk.
Yeah, it's fine, and it's heartbreaking to hear that.
What do you think I thought?
You know,
You yield, Councilwoman?
yes, thank you.
I didn't mean to cut you, because I'm trying.
No, you're good. Thank you.
No, I saw, medically, that's what I'm trying to, you good? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, Pro Tem Chair.
I was
Thank you.
gonna say, I also kept some documents too, because I questioned Nehemiah. I was the one that was questioning Nehemiah and asked them to send us a project plan with a schedule. And I started, at that point, I started collecting documents, so I do have some documents. Okay,
Well, perhaps the three of us, because Mayor Pro Temp, Kason, I could share some things with you, but like, not right now, please, not right now. So we'll do that. Anything else?
No, that's it. I'm gonna say good night.
Everybody, anything else? I'm trying to roll here. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Okay. Meeting adjourned at 9:26. Thank you all. I was trying to shoot for 9 because we're trying to do our meeting shorter, not get out at 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I was trying to shoot for 9, and I also have a little